All right, the Aussie invasion continues on Download Squad. We're at South by Southwest 2009, talking to Elias Bizanis from dataportability.org. We talked to Data Portability last year. We talked to Chris Saad about what you guys were doing, and we're really kind of interested in the whole, well, kind of interested is a total understatement. I like what you guys are doing because I like the idea of keeping the web open. I think it's good for innovation. So last year, Data Portability was still sort of new. It was gaining a lot of traction. It got a huge push before South by Southwest, and Chris was a big popular guy at the time.
Yeah.
And where have you guys gotten in the last year? Where are you headed?
So since then, we've basically got our house in order. We've invested in a governance framework and really prioritized.
And that's governance in, for those that aren't familiar with Data Portability, that's governance in...
Within the group. Like, if you're going to be a group doing stuff, you need to have process embedded into the organisation.
Sure.
So actually having a way of trying to make decisions. We're a completely global group. We've got guys, like I'm from Sydney, a German, we've got people from all around America that help run Data Portability. So we're a genuinely distributed organisation, and even something as trying to make a decision when you've got a 6-hour time lag, you've got to start actually come up with rules on how to make the rules. So it sounds like a simple thing, but it's a really important thing and what you need to really have a sustainable organisation.
Okay, and you guys are interested in keeping data free between sites,
right?
Well, repositories, essentially, right?
We're interested in the ability for a user to be able to reuse their data in another system. I mean, our end goal with Data Portability is interoperability. So in the same way with email, you can email someone from your Google account to your Microsoft or Hotmail account. That's interoperability. It's different systems talking to each other. So we're simply trying to advocate a vision where the user can have more control over their data and that they can actually interoperate with other systems.
So I don't have to go to Facebook to write on the Facebook wall.
Exactly.
I can maybe write on the MySpace wall from Facebook.
Right, exactly.
Or write on the Facebook wall from MySpace,
exactly.
or Bebo, or...
Exactly. And there's a lot of other issues that get touched on that, and so that's why the semantic web community has been getting involved with us, and open standards help us achieve our vision. And so it's an issue that has a lot of side-by-side issues that we've had to consider as well, so that's why it gets complicated.
What's been the biggest challenge this year in advancing the cause of data portability? How are you doing with adoption?
With adoption?
Yeah.
Well, we've been trying to keep a lower profile because when you get a lot of attention, it actually distracts you from doing the work. Mm-hmm. So by keeping a lower profile, we've been able to get some internal work done. Something like simply agreeing on a vision, actually specifying what we want to do, actually took a lot of time, and it required us to sort of keep a lower profile to work out what that was. Now that we've got that, we can start now actually reaching out to the community again and start getting companies to talk to us. So, for example, I'm here and I'm meeting with a whole stack of companies next week now that I'm in the Bay Area, and we're able to tell them about the things that we were doing. We couldn't do that before because we didn't have our house in order.
Do you find it's easier to get the smaller sites to work within your standards than it is to get the bigger sites to play with everybody? Yeah,
so I mean, ultimately though, all the bigger sites have got the current power, but they're going to fall one day, and they all realise that as well. Some of the smaller sites could end up becoming one of those bigger sites. So it is, obviously, when you're a startup, they've got more of an interest in adopting some of these newer things to get ahead of the game, and the bigger entrenched sort of leaders don't want to. But the entrenched leaders also are well aware that they need to keep out on this stuff.
An ultimate goal, like if you had the perfect web world and your philosophies at Data Portability were pushed to everywhere and everybody like sang Kumbaya and held hands and exchanged interoperable data formats, what would your vision of the web look like? Like what is Data Portability's ultimate vision?
I don't know how to put it simply, but I guess
5 words or less, please.
Interoperability is the one word that explains it, what that means. It means we can see things like VRM, Vendor Relationship Management, which is headed up by Doc Searles at the Berkeley Center, I think, and that's about a vision where people can have more control over their information, to control the way it's basically a new advertising model that's more focused on looking after you as an individual. It means we can see more things like the semantic web, which is basically, the internet is like alpha as it is right now, and the semantic web is going to enable a whole new world basically. And to achieve VRM and the semantic web, we actually need to do things like data portability. So it's about enabling a future vision, and those are just two things.
Perfect. Well, thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.